Coach's Corner segment brought to you by B.B. Comer Alumni Association. Coach Adam Fossett, the 6-0 ranked number 1 in 2A B.B. Comer Tigers, joined us this morning. Coach, good morning.
Good morning.
And good to have you with us today.
Yes,
and another good night for the B.B. Comer Tigers last Friday night against Sachs.
Yeah, another good night, another fast start, put up some points and made stops early and garnered a big lead and was able to finish the game out and play a lot of young guys and move on to 6-0.
The question is, and Zach and I were talking about this during the game, you bring in this guy, and what number was he?
21.
21.
Yep.
I wasn't familiar with 21. I said, where's he been hiding this guy? And matter of fact, you hadn't been hiding this guy. Tell us about that.
No, so Chris Wilson, who plays left tackle for us and plays defensive end for us, we've known that. I mean, he can obviously catch. He's caught punt snaps with one hand before and gotten punts off. So we know that he can catch. We know that he can move well in space. So in our offense, to go along with Kamor and Rayleon and Richard and Devin and all the other options that we have to go to, we figured we would add another element to it and put number 21 on Chris Wilson. So we can put him at tight end, we can split him out, we can kind of put him in different places. So you know, and all of that keys on the other offensive linemen making sure they're doing their job. So the Ian Denny and Ethan Price and Alex and all those other guys have to step up and play well, because we got to have somebody to step into his spot at tackle so that we can move him out.
Do you have to tell the other team or report that, or
No.
can you just do it?
You can just do it. You know, I make the changes in Dragonfly, but I don't have to tell. You don't have to give anybody a heads up or anything
Well, you didn't
like that.
tell me, that's for sure.
Yeah, I didn't tell you. We really kept it a secret all week, you know, and didn't say anything about it. And you know, and we told Chris too, like, you know, if we're in a tight ball game and we can't do it, we just can't do it. You know, we wanted to see how it would look and what some things that he could do. And
Brings a different element, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And he catches a ball and goes 55 yards, and looks good doing it, you know. And he's to be as big as he is, he's very, very athletic as well. So we can use him in a lot of different ways.
I know Zach was impressed with him.
Yes.
He was just hoping he didn't play Tuesday night. Defensively, you only give up one score.
Yeah, you know, defensively we gave up a score, and we'd made some mass substitutions in and had a bunch of young guys in, and ideally we want to keep the shutout, but also just an opportunity for those young guys to play and get some Friday night reps, and that's key as far as building for the future and getting those guys ready for what happens on Friday night. So, but yeah, defensively playing well, getting 11 hats to the ball, tackling well. So, you know, that's got to continue to carry on. Obviously, you know, this week being on the road, we got to be almost perfect in everything we do to have success on the road.
Talk about the first half of the win over Sachs.
You know, just being 1,000% honest, when we warmed up, I thought we were in trouble. Like, there was no energy. It reminded me of Sachs 2 years ago at Sachs. It was just dead, like, and just all over the field there was not any energy. So I was concerned, and when we went in the locker room, like, I was like, guys, y'all, like, I'm worried. Like, there's no energy. You're going through the motions. So you know, I challenged them then to start fast, and we were able to do that. You know, we were able to get a fast start. So. Right now we're clicking on, like, offensively we're moving the ball well, we're able to run the ball and we're able to throw the ball. So when you're multi-dimensional, it makes it a lot tougher on defenses instead of just being one-dimensional and just being able to run the ball. So Devin's gotten a lot better at throwing the ball over the past couple weeks. Receivers are making good plays and good catches. You know, De'Arian Riley makes a great catch in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown as a freshman. So he's scored in the past 2 games. He's got a touchdown in each of the past 2 games. So he's kind of coming into his own, which gives us another
What does that do
element.
to a kid's psyche, a young kid like that?
Oh, he's pumped. Like he's you know he you can see him grow, and you can see him feeling more confident, and you know. He's one of those now. You know, now he has a belonging out there, and he's not just running routes as a decoy. And I think the first time Devin threw to him 2 weeks ago, I think he was shocked. He was like, you know, oh crap, he's throwing this ball to me. You know, I got to do something. But he makes the catch and goes in and scores. And then last week makes a great catch over a defender. So you know, he's going to be okay in the future. He continues to grow. He's getting bigger, you know, working in the weight room and getting bigger and stronger. So, you know, he's one of those products of the program where he just fills in and you know, continues to grow. And pretty soon he'll be a junior and a senior, and looking back and getting some 9th graders to buy in and to help the program out.
You continue to build in depth at running back, and that's a real plus.
Yeah, we you know. We can put Kamor back there. We can put Rayleon back there. We have a different gear when we put Cam Gaddis or Tristan Garrett back there. So it's just it's a good problem to have for sure. You know, at some point in time, we can put all of them on the field and do some damage. You know, so we got some 2-back stuff in last week with Kamor and Ray in the backfield. Which is, again, that's just another element of stuff that we can do. So,
a team that has this week circled on their schedule for an entire year. You're on the road to Isabella. Tough place to play. Very talented football team.
Yeah, extremely talented football team. Extremely tough team. Their quarterback is probably one of the better athletes that we've seen this season. He can make it happen with his feet.
Is that the same guy from last year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good last year.
Yeah, he can throw it. He can run it. He does a really good job of extending plays. So if he gets out of a pickle, you know, we've got to make sure that we stay in coverage the entire play because he'll throw it up, and he finds guys that are open. He can find them open when he's on the run. You know, you almost figure out what's the lesser of 2 evils. Do you put pressure on him and make him run, or do you sit back and try to play good defense and make him throw the ball, because he's really good both ways. So we're going to have to contain him. We're going to have to wrap him up. Number 1 is solid. He plays really, really well. Number 9 he's a big fella, and he plays linebacker and comes downhill hard. Plays in the backfield, and this kid's probably 230, 235, and runs well. So they'll give him the ball and let him rumble down the field. So definitely got our hands full. We're gonna have to come out and play well, and you know, playing on the road. You know, the element of the road trip, the element of the travel. This will only really be our second long travel. You know, we went to Ranburne a couple weeks ago, and then to Isabella are our 2 longest trips. Everything else is pretty close. So, so how we handle that, how we handle the logistics of it, and the moving pieces, so to speak. You know, when we get there, we'll have to dress in their elementary school, and then we'll have to bus up to the stadium, and so there's just a lot of little things that go on. So I just tell our guys that we got to focus on the game. You know,
This defense of B.B. Comer this may be their biggest challenge of the year against an offense that can light the scoreboard up.
Yes, yeah, this will be a challenge for our guys, and it's going to be a challenge discipline-wise to stay disciplined in doing what you're supposed to do, because, again, if our DBs are looking in the backfield, they're going to get caught slipping, and he's going to make us pay for it, because he can find the open receiver. He can find the guys. He can find the back out of the backfield to throw it to, or whatever the case may be. So we're going to have to play discipline. We're going to have to get to the ball. we get him wrapped up, we're going to have to get hats to the ball and make tackles because he can slip away from tackles as well.
These 2 games, you've got Isabella and then Thorsby next week. Thorsby's an excellent football team. So the next couple of weeks be challenging weeks for BB Comer. Through 6 games, unbeaten and ranked number 1 in 2A, you've been able to avoid injuries to a good extent, and that's always a plus.
Yeah, we have. We have been fortunate with avoiding injuries, and we've been able to sub guys in and out. We've been able to move some guys. We've been fortunate to be able to play some young guys in second halves, and you know, I guess every coach has their own philosophy, their own way, but. You know, for me, when we get to a certain point, I'm good with subbing guys in. I don't feel the need to score 60 points. I don't feel the need to run up a score or anything like that. I don't, you know, you look at the stat lines, and we could very easily be one of the top scoring teams in 2A or probably one of the top scoring teams in the state. But we kind of get to, you know, if we're fortunate enough to get that 40 mark, you know, we kind of sit on that and let our young guys play, and you know, if we have a shutout, obviously we try to let the young guys play, but there's a certain point where you put the ones back in and maintain that shutout. But it works twofold. It keeps our guys healthy, and it gives our young guys an opportunity to play.
And before we go this morning, playing those young guys, they're going to make mistakes, yeah. But those mistakes, that playing time will pay off tenfold down the line.
Yeah, no doubt. That playing time pays off. And it gives them a feel for the speed of the game on Friday nights. You know, the speed of the game from rec ball to JV is completely different, and then the speed of the game from JV to varsity is completely different. So, and the higher you go up, the game gets faster and faster. So, it gives those guys a chance to see what it's all about. And you know, there's nothing better than being able to play under Friday night lights. And you want to reward those, especially those young 8th and 9th graders that have been with you all summer. You want to reward them anytime you can and let them get some playing time on Fridays and to enjoy that.
All right, BB Comer on the road to Isabella tomorrow night. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Coach, good luck. Let's talk again next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Coach Adam Fossett, the head football coach and athletic director at BB Comer, brought to you by the BB Comer Alumni Association. More daybreak just ahead.